For this third week of Advent, what I want to focus in on is joy. The joy that this season is supposed to be having in our lives and in our hearts. But right now, as Christmas looms just a week away, we might not be feeling a lot of joy. We're probably feeling stress and pressure. There's a lot of things I still have to get done. There's a lot of tasks still unfulfilled. But in the midst of all the doing of getting ready for Christmas, let's remember that all the decorating, the shopping, the wrapping, all the things we do are there to express the joy that's meant to be in our hearts. The joy that Christ is coming, the joy that he has come to save us, the joy that Christmas has forever changed the world. And it's hard sometimes with the stress and the pressure and all the things pushing on us to get done and finished to feel that joy. But my friends, we need to work at making sure we're experiencing that joy. That when we're getting stressed out, when our to-do list feels overwhelming, to stop, to take a deep breath, and to remember what this season is really all about. To look on a manger scene or some holy image that reminds us that all this stuff we're doing is to remind us and to celebrate that God became one of us. Jesus broke into time and eternity and has destroyed sin and death. And because that baby lying in a manger was born for us, our lives will never be the same. My friends, joy is not just some artificial feeling because everything's going perfect. Joy is the sense that comes from knowing we are loved and God is in our lives. And that is even in the midst of imperfection. That's even in the midst of stress, anxiety, worry, even in the midst of tragedy. And maybe this Advent season has not been as perfect as we would like it to be. That doesn't mean we can't be filled with joy. The joy of God's love, the joy of our salvation, is not some idealistic vision of reality. It's the fact that knowing that we are loved, no matter how imperfect or how difficult our life may be. Maybe on this third week of Advent, we need to stir up a little bit more of that joy ourselves. That joy that the shepherds were announced at Christmas, that joy the Virgin Mother was told about at the Annunciation, and that joy that needs to be living in our hearts as we prepare ourselves to celebrate Christ's birth. Not a sermon, not a homily, but just that little jolt of faith, that little reminder we may all need.